Bet you wanna know what this is, right?
You're now tuned into Sykes' weekly Nerf dosage.
Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome to episode 142 of Pwned. This episode is a little bit different because this is a giveaway episode. Now, I bet you guys want to know what is up for the giveaway, correct? Before that, I have this blaster to show you, and then you'll understand what I'm going to give away, alright? This blaster is not mine, unfortunately. This belongs to Ben. Forgot what he wants to be known as. Ben Hate You? Ben Emoing? Benedict Chai? That's his name on Facebook, by the way. But this blaster belongs to him. It is a yellow Recon, and actually, honestly, it's not just a Recon. It's not even just a Retelicon. It's an expanded plunger tube Retelicon. So in it has a special plunger tube that is about long shot sized, and then he made his trademark Ben breech, which is right here. Hopefully this shows up on camera because I don't have a front-facing LCD to show myself what I'm looking at, or what you guys are looking at actually. But yes, he made himself a hybrid breech. He's also using an Orange Modworks metal bolt sled, as you can see, for the Recon. And outside here, of course, we have a very beautiful Yokio kit. Now this is an F10555 buffer tube with a, I don't know, just a regular, I guess very generic kind of stock attachment. Alright, and then he's got a vertical grip over here. Now the spring he's running in this setup is actually a Sledgefire spring, and I personally don't particularly like that Sledgefire spring being used in the setup, and I'll explain to you guys in a short while why. But first of all, let's crack this guy open and show you the internals and explain what's up with this guy to you, okay? Check it out. Here we have Ben's Retelicon. I've already taken out all the screws, as you guys can see. And it was a very simple job because Ben has a knack of losing screws, and he had only 4 screws in this guy. So, yeah. Anyway, let's just open up this guy and you'll be greeted with a very beautiful message that says, "Throw your mother away." Now, this actually isn't really much of an insult, like telling you to throw your mother away. It's kind of like a response to, you know, like saying no way, or like my foot. You know what I mean? Like, hey, this is supposed to go there, and you're like, my foot, or like my ass. So this is like your mother. So yeah, I'm just gonna quit trying to explain this to you guys because it's almost not even Singlish. It's just the way Ben speaks, but it's not an insult. It's just the way he talks. So don't be offended. But anyway, here we go. Internals, as you can see, it's a standard Retelicon, okay? But we've got a special plunger tube over here. As you guys can see, it's a one-piece plunger tube, right? This is the Delrin plunger tube. I'm gonna just remove this catch plate, and then he's got a slightly modified trigger. Now, what he did is to raise the ramp over here, as you guys can see. So it's a little bit more sensitive, meaning that you'll have a more sharp trigger pull instead of you know, the usual gradual one. So this not only pushes the catch up higher a little bit, but it's more sensitive in the fact that it's more of a sudden snap. Gotta remove this guy and the bolt sled at the same time. So here we go. Trying very hard because I don't know how Ben did his stuff. Okay, there we go. So muzzle piece, and I don't know why there's a screw there. I really don't. Okay, and yeah, okay, so that's the other pin for the bolt sled. There we go, 2 pins. So the breech that he did is like this, and this is called Ben's breech. Now, or Ben's beach. This is the way he does it, as a pusher piece, almost like as if it's a brass version of the universal breech. So he cuts a very thin strip on top of the brass, 17/32 brass. So he cuts a thin strip and then he folds it in. So on the 9/16 brass, it just sleeves in perfectly like this. As you guys can see. No, I'm not doing a very good job here. But okay, so it sleeves over like that. Wait, let me try and get that on camera again. So it sleeves over, once again, like this. Alright, so that creates the perfect seal. And this pushes the darts further in. So this is actually used for Stefan darts. As you guys can tell, no way can full lengths sit inside. This guy over here, he kind of hot glued in place. I believe it's hot glue. Looks like it from here, from the looks of this. Alright, so I don't even know if you can get this out anymore. I don't want to force it out, but this, yeah, basically is how he did it. He got rid of this screw pot, or this screw boss. So if you guys are ever installing this plunger tube, if you manage to get your hands on one, you have to make sure that it sits against this boss right here, okay? And then, yeah, find a way to secure it in place. Now, you don't actually need hot glue, but that's what Ben did, because it actually rests against the back wall here where the catch plate is supposed to go. Alright, apart from that, it's a standard Retelecon shell mod. You gotta cut away this part over here, you gotta cut away this part, you gotta also remove the ridges over here for the expanded plunger tube. And let me show you the other half. You just gotta remove this area because it's a Retelecon, and you gotta remove this area because it's an expanded plunger tube. So I'm gonna show you guys the operation of the trigger so you guys can see. Now, he looped this area up as well, so it's gonna be a bit smoother, but this is how it works. Just pull this guy back and you'll notice that it pushes the catch plate all the way up to the top. So this is for a more sensitive, a more steep trigger pull. Some people like that kind of trigger pull. It really depends on your playstyle and your own personal feel. But this is what he chose. So now we're about to finish up this explanation. We have the front of the Yokio tube over here, and he has his 9/16 brass over here. Now he's already adhered this in. So the 9/16 brass goes into a stub, or I don't even know if it's a full length, of what looks to be 30mm UPVC, and it's probably just adhered inside. So everything is centered very nicely. And you can also see that there is, let me try and get the light in. Oh, right there. You can also see that there is a scar barrel right at the top here. I know it's coming up funny on the camera because of the reflection and everything, but it's a 4-string scar barrel. Let me try and get that angle again. Where's the angle? Okay, here we go. It's a 4-string scar barrel. The other 4 lines, or the bendy lines that you see, are just the reflections. So I believe that scar barrel probably starts around here. So the rest of this is all just brass, right? I might be wrong, but anyway, this is how it works. He's already taken out the dart stop and the dart tooth and the dart gate, whatever, here, and this just sleeves in like that. I'm gonna get the right angle, and you can see over here, alright, that it sleeves over perfectly. So now whenever we prime it back, you can see the brass over here, it just seals up as it pushes the darts towards the front. Simple as that. Sorry about the trigger, it came out, but yeah, that's the explanation of how he made his breech. This is his own version of the Ben Beach, and you guys already seen this before because I've reviewed his long shot quite some time ago. If you guys are interested, check out this annotation over here, check out his long shot. But if not, this is the explanation, and I hope that you guys liked it. So now you guys know that there's more than one way of actually performing this mod. Just a different take from a different modder. Oh, I completely forgot to mention, in case you guys are wondering, this part of the breech is from a Recon kit. This is from the Orange Modworks Recon. I think it was the Massacre kit, or was it the Immortal kit? I don't know, but it was a metal one. And like I mentioned before in my previous video, Ben also did the same thing where he kind of swapped the back end, and he basically combined these two, one from a Retaliator, one from a Recon from the Orange Modworks kit, because the front of the Orange Modworks kit holds 17/32 brass perfectly. So you guys actually asked before in that video that I did if I had to do anything to that. No, it just sleeves in perfectly. It just sits in like that. There's no modding required to this guy, at least from the front of the breech itself. You have to mod the back, of course, but not here. Okay, so let me get that on record just for you guys. Alright, that's about it. Welcome back. Now you guys are interested in that plunger tube thingy, right? That's part of the giveaway. I will share a little bit more about it with you in a short while. Let's get into a firing demonstration. And you guys already know, because of the way this breech is set up, it is going to be a Stefan only system. Alright, so I have here a Pack D clip, and I've loaded it up with 4 Stefan darts. I believe I have an Artifact Stefan dart, and I think the blue and grey, I forgot what it was. I think it was also Artifact. And then I have 2 standard old style slug darts. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's see if I can hammer this guy in. Oh yes, I can. And at this point, you'll understand why I do not like the spring, because you'll hear how it ratchets against the catch. Hear that? To me, it's disgusting. But anyway, here we go. Gonna just fire this. Oh yeah, I'm firing to the side. Maybe I should fire there. Okay, I should fire there, because I'm firing at like a bunch of clothes over here, so that it can, I guess, kind of muffle the sound. There we go. Last one. That's kind of scary. Alright, firing demonstration is done. All darts are fired out. So far, performance is pretty good. Pretty solid Stefan firing system, and no jams whatsoever. So, pros and cons of this thing. I think Ben did a very good job, and what I really like about it is the fact that him using his own breech setup kind of is a very different take to a standard brass breech. Now you guys already saw my version of the expanded plunger tube mod for the Retelecon, and for me what I did was the receiving piece, which is the part that opens up. For me, I used 9/16 and my barrel was 17/32. So that means it's the wider brass being opened up to chamber a dart, and the barrel's made up of a narrower brass. But for Ben, his is the opposite. So that means that the barrel itself is a little bit wider and then the chambering part is narrower. And that's interesting because it means that he actually lined it up perfectly so that the Orange ModWorks breech would be able to sleeve over the 9/16 brass with the 17/32 perfectly centered, that it would go inside the 9/16 brass. So that was something that I did not realize at first, but once I took a second look at it and I was like, oh wow, Ben's modding skills is really pretty darn good. So that's very interesting to me, and I like to have a look at these kind of mods because it's very inspiring. And you know, it always gives you a different take and a different perspective on the way people do things differently from themselves. So it kind of opened up my mind. I gotta be honest with you guys, I don't really have many cons for this because I think it's a very well made blaster, you know, barring the fact that we use kits, but the way the breech is made and everything I think is great. I think performance is great. There are 3 things about this that I do not particularly like, and hopefully Ben, you know, I really don't mind if he doesn't want to take my cons into consideration. But the first thing I didn't really like is the fact that he chose to use the Sledge Fire Spring instead. For me, I hate the ratcheting sound, and he himself saw that the spring was actually wearing the catch down and it was quite scary. So that's the main thing, the biggest main thing I don't like about this. Second thing is because of the fact that this fires only Stefan length darts. I am an advocate for systems that actually handle both full length and Stefan darts, so this is a con for me, unfortunately. Sorry, Ben. The last thing that I do not like is the fact that he had to glue in the plunger tube into the shell. Now I want to be able to take out and gut my blaster without any problems if I want to do maintenance, but that's his style and I won't question it. Some people prefer to do that, some people don't. I remember back then I also had performed some mods where I actually glued or epoxied the plunger tube down in place, so who am I to judge, right? So all in all, this is a wonderful blaster. Very good job, Ben. I think I'm digging this. Also, one more last thing to highlight. This kit was originally the 3D printed Yokio kit that you guys actually saw in my Nerf Pokemon Go video. You can check the annotation here if you guys are interested in watching that video. But in that video, I kind of called Ben out and said, hey, why is your kit cracked? You know? So from then till now, it's been quite some time. I apologize for the lateness in this review, Ben. But yep, he actually ordered the dark grey version of the Yokio kit, the molded version, and so I helped him to replace it. Simple as that. Now, on to the juicy part of the video that all of you have been waiting for. This item is for giveaway. What is this? Look! It's a long shot sized plunger tube that is fully made out of Delrin, as you can see, including the plunger rod. And this is made for any expanded plunger tube retaliator mods that you guys are interested in. This is actually a prototype item. It's not for sale and it's not perfect. The reason why it's not perfect is because this guy, the way it's made, it only handles Stefan's firing systems. So you're not able to fire off full-length darts. Even if your breech allows for it, this guy would not allow for it. So this was actually a test run, and it was made by Newbie, and that's all the information I have about this guy to give you all. This is a not for production prototype piece, and I want to conduct a giveaway. So for those of you planning to actually go ahead and make a expanded plunger tube retaliator mod, this guy may be for you if you are keen on running a Stefan only system. So this will be my giveaway. And it's only one item, so it's not going to be a problem. How am I going to conduct this giveaway? It's very simple. I just want you guys to leave a comment below. That's all. First prerequisite is to make sure that you're subscribed to my channel, and then leave a comment. The closing date for this giveaway will be the 10th of November. So go ahead, leave your comment. Just leave one only, please. If I see you leaving more than one comment, there's nothing wrong. I will just pick one. I'll just sort everyone out by name, and then I'll run your name through a random generator, and then I'll film it down and I'll announce the result or the winner in probably a couple of episodes time. So stay tuned for that. Remember, this thing is for giveaway. It is for a expanded Plunger Tube Retaliator or Retaliacon mod, and this is a Stefan only compatible kit. So make sure you know and understand this before you go ahead and participate in that giveaway. If you do not want to participate in the giveaway, but you also want to leave a comment, just tell me that you're not interested in the giveaway. No problem. For the eventual winner, I will be contacting you guys directly through YouTube's DM system. So yeah, that's about it. I apologize for the inconsistency in filming this time. My camera ran out of space just as I ended that sentence, so I apologize. And then after that, I had to leave my place to get out to return that blaster to Ben. So here I am back again, and well, it's just in time because I was just about to end the video anyway. So I wanted to thank you guys once again for sticking all the way throughout. Thank you so much. And I hope that you liked the video. If you did, I hope you give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, I hope you guys consider subscribing. Stay tuned for the next episode. It's gonna be something really interesting for you guys. So good luck for the giveaway. Remember, 10th November. Drills pay the bills and teamwork makes the dream work. And I'll catch you guys real soon. Peace.